tonight, top 10 Betty White tips for living a long and happy life. How about that? And who is a better example of a long, happy life than Betty White?
No one. It's wonderful.
Beloved, very talented, always been very funny, and the category top 10 tips from Betty White for living a long and happy life. Now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting tonight's top 10 list, the lovely and talented Betty White. Betty, come on out. Betty White. Thank you so much, Betty. The category, Betty White tips for living a long and happy life. Here we go. Number 10.
Get at least 8 hours of beauty sleep. 9 if you're ugly.
Doesn't hurt. Go that extra hour. Number 9.
Exercise. Or don't. What the hell do I care?
You don't have a dog in this fight. Number 8.
Never apologize. It shows weakness.
That's right. Number 7.
The best way to earn a quick buck is a slip and fall lawsuit.
Number 6.
Avoid tweeting any photos of your private parts.
Number 6. Number 5.
Schedule a nightly appointment with Dr. Johnny Walker.
Yeah, buddy. Number 4.
Take some wheatgrass, soy paste, and carob. Toss in the garbage and cook yourself a big-ass piece of pork.
Number 3.
Try not to die.
Exactly. Number 2.
Never dwell on past mistakes. Especially you, LeBron.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And the number 1 Betty White tip for living a long and happy life.
Don't waste your time watching this crap.
Hey guys, welcome. I appreciate everyone that's stopping by. This is our first episode of the year live featuring a guest. And Rachel will be out here real soon. I see there's a lot of people in here, and I wanted to do that. I don't like to do things the normal way, and I don't like just a boring countdown. So real quick, I want to say I saw the Treasure Hustlers said that they were going to, I guess, go to Walmart, get some stuff. So thanks for the super stickers that you guys dropped. I greatly do appreciate it. So I'm excited tonight to have our guest here tonight. I've been kind of found her a couple months ago, and her thumbnails are sticking out. I even went with her color tonight. And you guys, I hope you'll watch tonight because we're going to give away. New thing we're going to do is we're going to do these once a month with special guest. We're calling this the 2022 New Guest Spotlight, and we're going to give away T-shirts. So we'll probably in about 15 minutes in, I'll have you guys type a word in, and then we'll do something later on towards the end of the show where you can get a free T-shirt. So I do appreciate everyone that's here. And let me real quick before I bring out, you know me, I like to, if anyone doesn't know, I've been to the Letterman studios. I live not far from New York City. I've been up there several times, but Rachel, that's going to be on the show tonight. I kind of, looked into who she was, but I said to her even before the show, like, I want to be able to talk like if we just first met. So I kind of didn't watch many of her videos, and I've been noticing them lately. But I came across this clip, and I thought it was cute. And before I bring her out, I'll play this real quick.
Hi guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you find something beneficial in this video, please definitely consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here. Hit the bell notification. And I wanted to also announce that as of right now, hopefully not much longer, we're only 3 subscribers away from me giving away my 500 subscriber Michael Kors kind of like a pencil pouch tote bag, and it's stuffed full of vintage goodies. As soon as I hit 500, I'll make a video, show you guys what I stuffed in it, and give that away to somebody. So without further ado, today's video, I am talking about how I clean and
No, that's her, and I guess that's a couple years ago. She's not really new to YouTube. I guess I've just started noticing her lately, and she's been so generous with her time, and she's now over 5,000 subscribers. And real quick, I want to thank Donatella. Thanks for the super chat, because you're always so generous to every other. I appreciate that. Thank you. So let's bring her out, because honestly, I mean, you guys want to see her, don't want to be watching me. So she's the star of the show. So let's bring her out. Rachel Strickland.
I love that video.
I just did that one right before the show, and people don't realize what you have to do to kind of clip that and save it as an MP4 file and then upload it to StreamYard and stuff like that. So
it's a lot. Yeah, that girl's brunette. I have some videos where I have blue hair also. So there's a couple different hair colors that lived long before my channel was a reseller channel, when I really didn't know what I was going to do with my YouTube channel. But that's a gem. I like that one that you played.
I was actually, and I had asked you, I was actually looking for one of you maybe walking out on stage as Mrs. Missouri, and I guess I didn't dig deep enough, or someone didn't have cell phones back then.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that really on there. But what you found was a good one. That was I don't know, probably was about 4 years ago. Like I say, I didn't really have any direction for my channel. I would do like some what am I eating, some weight loss, some couponing, what's in my diaper bag, and it would be so random. It could be like months between a video.
Yeah. Who's this? Is this guy related to you?
That's my husband.
Oh,
He's like, who was that girl?
Yeah. We're gonna mention him later, and I'm hoping maybe he can stop in if he's unless he's out there working in the garage, he can stop and say hello.
Yeah, for sure.
So speaking of hello, let me real quick say hello to a couple friends. And obviously I don't know who all these people are. So if you see their names come up on the screen and you know them and want to say hello, don't be afraid to say hello.
Sure.
So Carrie, thanks for stopping in. Swamp Picker, thank you. Little Miss Q. I like to thank everybody that come in real fast, just because without them, I wouldn't, be doing this. So thank you for stopping. Peggy, hello. TW Squared, hi. Here's one, I think.
Angelo.
Treasure Hustlers, of course. Thank you. There's the hubby again. Donna and T. Oh, thank you for stopping, and appreciate Donna and T sharing this out and talking about it. And honestly, it's one of the reasons why I chose. You never asked me why I chose 8:30, but I always want to be mindful that it is crowded on YouTube, but I try to be respectful of friends' time and stuff like that. And they usually go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from like 4:30, 5 o'clock till 8:30. So I want to do it after that, and hopefully they would send some people my way. So thank you. Alta, thank you. Here, and I'm Melanie. I hope I don't skip over anybody. Shrieker, hey Shrieker, what's up? Oh, so you have a joke? Shrieker says it's a comedy hour.
Yeah, I have a joke. What do you call a fish with 3 eyes?
3 eyes. I don't know.
A fish.
That's a kid's joke, so that's all right.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm hoping everybody else is laughing in the chat. Let's not let
I know that they're laughing.
They better be rolling on the floor and laughing that, Hi, T. Hi, Pat, Rachel, and all in the chat. I do appreciate Adventures with the Hudsons. I actually got to meet them in Ohio. No, Virginia, last month when we went down with the Jeebuses. So thanks for
That's
coming by.
awesome.
And, like I said, I'm going to be doing these once a month. And what I've been doing is the people that regularly had wrenches, now that I'm live, they will keep their wrenches. So like Jennifer Hayes, Donna, auctions for you. There's certain people that will always. Now, I don't want everyone to have a wrench. This is not an auction, because then honestly, what happens is people say, oh, everybody's, and I like to be able to look and say, oh, who's that new person?
That's true.
And that's why I do it. Everybody does things their own way. Really, I only have wrenches to kind of be a little bit of the police so that, everybody's well behaved. But honestly, I don't really ever have those problems. I was talking with Rachel before the show a little bit, and we have a good group that comes and visit us every week. So I'm very grateful. And every week, I'm talking like when I used to do it all the time. I used to do like 2 a week. I probably
That's a lot.
Yeah, I probably had, honestly, over there for the first 9 months, 45 different guests.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And a lot of times never the same one. And I put a lot of work in it.
That is a lot of work.
Yeah,
way to be an expert at something.
In the first 6 months. And then over the last 2 years, I've kind of taken a back seat break from it. But Talbert's mom, I'll tell you, this lady is so nice. Once you get to know Talbert's mom, whenever you get a message or an email from Talbert's mom, you just got to be prepared to give yourself 20 minutes, because she's not going to write, thanks, Pat, have a good day. She's going to tell you how much she loves you. She's going to tie a story to it. I mean, such the best commenter and email on YouTube. She really pours her heart out into her messages.
That's
so
awesome.
Thank you for stopping. A royal squirrel. Okay, well, thanks, Mr. Squirrel or Mrs. Squirrel. Mrs. Squirrel. Hey, Dave, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I don't know. Cookie. I like that name, Cookie. Paul Antonelli. I don't know. Thank you. No problem. I stopped on Paul's the other day. He was talking about Donna. We all know Donna. Jennifer. Yes. Wow. 500. It's funny to look back and kind of, check yourself and see where you've come and what you're doing different and what you think of YouTube now. Melissa, thank you. I haven't seen you. Melissa's a friend of mine that is a reseller that lives down in Florida, and I have actually had the chance to meet her and go to her house, and her husband, and we met at Disney Springs. Mr. Sadie, thank you for stopping. I do appreciate it. Jennifer, thank you. Hello. Mr. Squirrel or Mrs. Squirrel. Hey, Rachel, clicked your Instagram stories link. Randa Summers, thank you for stopping. Froggy. I think I almost. Hey, T, how you doing, honey? Thanks for stopping. McDonald's fillet of fish. Hey, that's not it. Is she sending me that? Mary Death Edels. She has been this young lady has been a subscriber probably in my first 100.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yep. So very, very great. That's always nice. And I can't name that with everybody. There's some people that have really hung in with me, and I do appreciate it. Donna has a wrench. Of course, Donna, as long as you show up and you're not napping, you have a wrench. Auctions for you. Thank you, T. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Here's a joke. So what did baby corn say to mama corn?
Oh, I think I know the answer to this, but I don't know if I should say it. I always feel like it's rude to answer someone's joke if you know the answer.
Popcorn. Where is popcorn?
Where is popcorn? Like dad corn, like popcorn.
Yeah, I don't talk to too many sometimes when they're doing the auctions, because I don't want to be disruptive to their business. Here's Saxton. Thank you. Jeez. I think I'm almost at the bottom, but I was able to go back. Okay, guys, real quick, we're already 15 minutes in. I am going to give away. Hold on. I'm going to give away a T-shirt tonight, and this is how it's going to happen. Tonight will be the first time that I try it out as far as the random picker and is what you're saying. What you got to do to you only have to type it once because the random picker knows how to block duplicates. And this is something through StreamYard that I'm going to experiment with tonight. But this is the T-shirt, the traveling picker.
That's a really awesome shirt.
I got a deal for you, Rachel.
Okay.
You and Drew will each get a T-shirt for free.
Oh, wow.
But you got to wear it one time.
I'll wear it more than once. It looks like it's soft.
And share it on Instagram.
Absolutely.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, we would love to.
So type in the chat, who was the lady that I had in the beginning of the show with the David Letterman? Type her name in the chat. And then later on, about 10 minutes before the show's over, and we're going to go an hour here tonight, we will have it pick a person. So, hey, Phil, what's up? Thanks for the $10 super chat. Wow. Marilyn Blatt, thank you.
That's a really fun giveaway idea.
And we're going to be, honestly, I'm going to, because you guys are here, I'm going to do it every show that I do live as far as with the guest spotlight. I'm going to give our guest T-shirt, and I'm going to give someone in the chat. And I do appreciate it. Everyone being here. So Betty White, you only need to type it once, and then later on, if you are not here, you're going to have like basically 30, 45 seconds, then you will not be eligible, because obviously we want people, even if you're, hey, listen, lurk in the background. You guys came to see Rachel, come on, right? Rachel, now we did, I do appreciate you again saying yes. I asked you probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, if you remember, to be a guest.
Yeah, I appreciate you asking me.
Yeah, no, and I was, you're always nervous. I'm like a 12-year-old boy not wanting rejection. Asking the pretty girl in school, hey, can I sit next to you in lunch? No. I'm like, all right, So you hate because you do. I've asked, and I always like to have a mixture of women and men to come on the show, and want people that are going to be strong and influence other people to do YouTube and be a reseller. So what do you want to start talking about first? How far do you want to go back? You want to go back to when you were 13 at the lunch table?
Wherever you want to take me back to, I'm game.
See, even just a note. Wait a minute. Just a note that I'm not the random picker. Exactly. So now you were Mrs. Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2011. That was really like a lot of doors opened up. Obviously, being Mrs. Missouri, but I think inside a lot of doors opened up just having accomplished that and deciding. Like, I was sitting on the couch one night and I thought, oh, okay, there's Mrs. pageants as well. I think I'm going to enter. There's a Mrs. Missouri, and if you win, you get to go to Mrs. America. And I think I'm going to enter. And I filled out the application sitting on my couch, and we didn't have much money at all. This was like really early on. And my son wasn't even in kindergarten yet. My oldest son, who's 15 now. And so we didn't have a whole lot of money. So I was trying to figure out exactly, how I was going to get to the pageant. So anyway, I went around and started collecting like donations or in-kind donations from people. And I even had my dress was borrowed from a store that I bought all my prom dresses at and everything in school. And anyway, I get to the pageant and all the girls are having a professional makeup artist do their makeup. And I brought out like my dollar store makeup. That was all I had was LA Colors makeup, and I put that on and I just did the best that I possibly could. And I was just true to myself. And I thought that if they like me for me and I win, then I'll never have to pretend to be anybody else. I'm just going to, be myself. And to have won and actually got to, like to represent the married women of our state at Mrs. America. We were there for 2 weeks at the Greenbrier Resort. It was just, I mean, I made connections with these fantastic women all over the country, but more than anything, I guess I grew in the, having the audacity to just actually go after something that I wanted to do. And I remember, just real quick, I remember we had to have $1,000 for an ad page at Mrs. America. And I just told you, like, I didn't really have a whole lot of money. And so I was like, what am I going to do? And I thought, again, like, be audacious and, you know, go for something. The worst that could happen is that someone might turn you down or might say no, but they might say yes. So I emailed, LA Colors, the dollar store makeup that I was wearing at the pageant. I emailed them and I told them the story that I just told you. And I said, I'd love to be able to support your company as my ad page. You know, it's $1,000. And a couple weeks go by, I don't hear anything from LA Colors Cosmetics. And then one day there's a delivery on my porch, and it's a whole trunk full of their entire makeup line and $1,000 check.
Wow.
And I was like, you know, like, if you just have the courage to go after what you think could possibly happen, you might be surprised. Rejection doesn't happen as often as you think. And you might be surprised all the doors that will really open up if you're just, I guess, bold enough and brave enough to take the first step.
Yeah, I give you lots of credit. And I want to ask you real quick, but Mr. Sadie has a question. I was going to ask you too. Is Rachel still in Missouri? I'm in Arnold, Missouri.
Yeah, I'm like 2.5 hours south of you, down in the Boot Hill. We're very close to Arkansas.
Okay, yeah. So now I'm a little confused, and I didn't know this until basically you came on. Is you're so to be, and I guess I stereotype from watching. I don't know. When I was a kid, we used to watch Miss America and watching shows. I thought you couldn't be married. I thought it was always Miss.
There's a Miss and there's a Mrs.
Yeah.
There's also a Teen Miss, America's Outstanding Teen. There's that would be, I guess, the youngest division of the America system would be like a teen one. So yeah, ours was the married division. I did a preliminary for Miss Missouri in my hometown, and it didn't go so well. So I didn't get to the preliminaries of Miss Missouri. But so then when I was married, I was like, why give up on that dream now? Like, I should still go after that. And it was really incredible.
It's sort of what you just said sort of reminds me of like YouTube. Your neighbors won't support you or understand what you're doing, but your total strangers support you.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, I remember I was working in real estate at the time, and my broker had taken out the ad page in Missouri because I had to have an ad page there. And when I came back, she said, Rachel, we're going to have to talk about what happens now. I mean, I knew that you were going to compete, but I didn't expect you to win. And like, this is someone that actually put dollars on my ad page. She said, I didn't expect you to win. And I just think, man, like, you really don't know. Not everyone that's in your boat is rowing your boat.
No, I know.
And I said, I didn't go for any other reason. Obviously, I tried as hard as I could.
I probably got 500 Facebook friends that, you know, and probably because I'm really kind of funny about Facebook that I tell people to follow my page or follow me on Instagram, but I don't only 480 of them out of 500 don't follow me on YouTube.
Yeah,
and,
I know.
And I post videos. I still they kind of still don't get it. But so let me ask you. So you're basically saying maybe I could be Mr. Pennsylvania Patdees?
Yeah, you just need to have a Mrs. Pennsylvania and be married to her, and then you could be Mr. Pennsylvania.
Maybe like, this will be I'm thinking of maybe Donna always teases me that I have 15 channels. That I need a new for the guy that feels unloved or unwanted, or you know, like a real man, like I could start a YouTube channel that way.
Nice. I believe that you can do anything that you set your mind to. I'll be your first subscriber.
There you go. Hey, I gotta say real quick, and guys, you know, everyone that's watching, the thumbs up is matching exactly the number of guests. I do appreciate that. You know, and I've been a cheerleader before of other large channels and stuff. And the key to this and being successful on YouTube is a couple things is, you know, making good videos, collabing. And part of collabing is sharing it out, sharing on Facebook. And this guy, I don't even know who he is, Jake Hudson, in the last week has shared out 2 or 3 of my videos. So I do appreciate that. So
That's
a lot of
awesome.
times it's up to the person if they want to watch or not, you know. But hey, Courtney, how are you?
Hey,
Courtney,
Courtney.
wait a minute. Courtney took off tonight to watch Rachel and Patdees. Let's get it right, to not list, because she's been a listing machine. She's listing
I know. She lists for 12 hours at a time. I'm going to start sending her my stuff to list.
Yeah. I speaking of yeah, I was thinking I went to a beauty pageant one time, and it was kind of my first. Hold on a second. I did take some footage.
How dare you strike Mrs. Morgan? Don't you hit my mother! Oh, a backbiter, eh? Kidding me. I didn't hit you. Oh, you didn't. I hit you. Oh.
You missed me. It's clear.
Oh! The very idea.
I don't know what kind of pageant you were at.
Yeah, they started a lot of jealousy going on there. Started throwing cake and stuff like that. I couldn't get the color right on the camera, but
That is not the girls I've been exposed to.
oh, that a different crowd. I was at the wrong.
Yeah, they're generally like pretty nice people.
Yeah, I mean, I did eat good that night.
Yeah.
So fast forward when you were doing becoming Miss Missouri, you were working at the real estate.
Yeah, I was working as an agent then. I have sold real estate for about 15 years. And so yeah, I was maybe a couple of years into selling houses when I decided to do that. And that served me really well all throughout my oldest son's childhood. And then I got to like a really top level of real estate and got pregnant with my youngest son. And I just thought, man, I have to stay home with him more. I really didn't want him to be in daycare or anything. And I don't have any family around here that would be able to watch him. So then I kind of, I was watching a YouTube video and a girl mentioned that she bought something at the Goodwill bins and sold it online for more. And I had already thrifted. I told you we didn't have a whole lot of money when I first got married or anything. And I just thought, I used to thrift out of necessity, but I would pass up some things because they weren't my size. And I hated leaving behind really good quality things just because they didn't fit my lifestyle or my body. And I thought, oh my gosh, I could still thrift for these things and sell them online. I didn't even realize reselling was a thing. And so I started buying things to resell them. And it just took over. It took over real estate for sure. And I decided I was just going to do this full time.
So you're not doing real estate anymore?
Well, I can't say that because I have 3 closings Friday. But I just sell like my friends, or I have a couple of landlords that will only buy properties through me. So just repeat business. I'm not advertising and not really looking for business.
Right. Now I've seen pictures of your husband and how he's been supportive of this the whole time, what you're doing.
Yeah, he's a pretty great guy. Drew, if you're watching, come down here for a minute and say hi to us. I know he's watching. But yeah, he's super supportive and I'm super supportive of him. He's an entrepreneur as well. We actually both sat down on an interview on Abel's Treasures channel. He had it on Sunday, but because we're both self-employed, no one in my house is guaranteed a paycheck unless you work and work hard. And so I really appreciate that our kids get to see that. And our kids also get to see us supporting each other, because I mean, if I didn't have him, he's the real MVP. I tell everybody that. Like he helps me with everything. I mean, even before this, he's like, is your table down? Do you need me to go turn on your lights? Like he made me some tea before this. He just is there. Most of the time I don't even have to ask. He's just standing there with whatever it is that he's predicted that I need. He's great.
What stuck out is I saw you kind of popping in, and you're using your thumbnails are very they're nice. Even when I did this, if you look at the colors, I did these are your colors.
Yeah, I love the pink.
Yeah, the neon pink and white, and your thumbnails are popping, and
Thank you.
and you're keeping them consistent with that like neon look, and the blonde hair looks good, and I'm like, oh, who is this? And then it's funny because, you know, I've been seeing like your husband here and there, and I'm like, you know, I know that Duck Dynasty, you know, show shut down, and I'm like, oh, now you know they're living in Missouri, and I'm like, they're perfect because you guys have such a it reminds me of that, such a compelling story as far as the background of Miss Missouri and being an entrepreneur. And I've seen some of the pictures where, you know, Drew didn't have his long beard, and how much different he really looks.
Yeah, in our wedding photos, he doesn't have a beard, and
Yeah.
so like, and he shaved like that day or the day before, and he still had a scruff even on our wedding day. He's just a hairy man, so he may as well embrace it and have a foot long beard, right?
Yeah, tell him to come down and say hello. Tell him if he has SpongeBob SquarePants pajamas on, it's okay. You know, tell him to come
I think
down.
he may be opening up my office door. Maybe it's hard to see. I have it dark in here, you know, trying to have some ambiance down here.
Yeah. So yeah, if he wants to, because I tell you, and that it's hard to get, honestly.
Here's my bearded honey.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
No, I'm not taking your chair.
Here, pop one leg down here. We'll share a chair
There
for
we
a minute.
go. I can
Now,
rest.
I saw a picture the other day. Did you trim your beard? Is it shorter?
No, he's just not standing up.
No, I trimmed the mustache, so it's not
okay.
like
You did that for the show. You just did that.
Yeah,
Just
just for you, man.
Yeah, he has that deep voice too that reminds me a little bit of like Randy Travis.
Yeah, he sounds like Josh Turner.
Oh, okay. Does he sing or
Only in the shower and on road trips.
on
On
road?
road trips, we all
Yeah.
sing, and the kids have to listen to it. Those poor kids. Oh my gosh, the other day we were driving, we took the kids to a movie, and my oldest said, "Can you play literally anything but country?" Because we were listening to like 90s country. And so on Spotify, I type in literally anything but country, and a playlist pops up called Literally Anything But Country. And when you played it, it was nothing but country music.
Now we're gonna get Drew. There's gonna be a T-shirt coming your way.
Yeah.
I know the beard covers it a little bit.
He said he'd wear his
I'll wear it backwards. That way you can
You'll
see
have
it.
to you'll have to maybe do a little part or something. I have a wrestling buddy that used to wrestle for the WWE, and a lot of times when he goes, he puts it in a rubber band. I don't know why he does that. Maybe because he doesn't want the opponents to pull on.
That's what he does when he runs.
I feel like that'd be a good handle, though. It's just like grab it.
You know, we had 49 people watching, and this handsome gentleman comes in, and we lost 4. What happened to
Oh man.
Yeah, that's BS. But here's
It must be intimidating, honey.
Yeah. So do you now? What did you think? How long were you guys married when she said, "I want to be Mrs. Missouri"?
We weren't married.
We hadn't even met yet.
Oh, okay.
I got her post Mrs. Missouri. So.
Oh, okay.
Drew and I have been married for how many years have we been married? It'll be 7 years in April.
So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys are a young couple and have a lot of time to. What do you think of Rachel doing YouTube?
Oh, it's awesome. It's for sure a lot different than I thought it was before she started doing it. I didn't realize that people made such big careers out of it before.
Well, it's, I mean, I'm big YouTuber. I make $100 a month.
He sees the goals that we're all.
I'm bragging.
Oh yeah, and I see the tremendous amount of work that goes into it. It's a lot more than I thought it was.
Yeah. What I like about it is the networking aspect, and just for me, not having no family and reselling could be lonely. It's just nice to I never would have met you guys had I not been doing YouTube.
Yeah,
and a lot of the great people in the chat that that I've met. So I've been very appreciative of that point. But I said to Rachel when I first kind of had talked to her that you guys Man, if you could get someone to kind of, do you go to the stores with the thrift stores and stuff with her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys can film a little bit of that shenanigans and the choice, and so we didn't kind of get into that, but you said, I guess, when you were doing real estate, you were thrifting part-time.
Yeah, I would thrift, like I say, originally out of necessity, but then it was just, I mean, still to this day, I don't buy anything new if I don't have to, including like my designer collection has largely been thrifted, or I'll search around on eBay. I mean, there's so many good deals that I can find if I buy something pre-loved or from the thrift store. So yeah, I mean, I was thrifting and I was kind of reselling part-time. And then when I had my son, I mean, I would say I tried to hang on doing real estate, like in the office, throughout the week, but it just wasn't. I mean, like I say, I still am a producer at our office just through repeat business. I'd rather be flipping t-shirts on eBay though.
Right. So what do you tell people, like when people ask, what do you do? What do you, I mean, you've done Miss Missouri, real estate, what's your card say?
Yeah, it's interesting, huh? I need to just go with like what Harry Tornado says, entrepreneur. But I tell people that I sell vintage and designer clothing online, and I have a YouTube channel about it. It's funny because like we were talking to someone at a car dealership, and he asked us, he wanted to know what both of us did because we said we were both self-employed. And when I mentioned YouTube, like you could just almost feel his eyes rolling because it's like you said, nobody locally appreciates that. Not in my town. There's no one else has a channel that they're actually making money. I mean, right. So yeah, people are just kind of like, oh yeah, and I have a Facebook. I'm like, it's not the same thing.
I could see you guys, especially with the help of Drew, and, because I think couples are really compelling. I mean, and even if he, I guess Drew, you're an electrician.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, if he. If you stopped in at his job one day and kind of edited like 45 seconds of that into you going on a thrift, store, and a lot of times, honestly, I think, and people don't realize, and I think about and I joked with you guys about like Duck Dynasty, and they did like 10 seasons. Now they were on like 5 years because now they do 2 seasons a year. They probably only did like 200 episodes, where the average YouTuber does that a lot of times in 6-7 months.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's so much work. But I mean, you're right. I think that Drew brings something to the channel because everybody, like Miss Q was just saying, everyone always asks Drew to come pop in on the channel. And I said, I really want to go to a reseller meetup this year, but if I go without Drew, like they'd kick me out.
Well, because you both have a likability, and because he is supportive and he could kind of explain, what he thinks of you. I mean, is there a messy room in the house that he's like, Rachel, will you just get this junk out of here?
Yeah, it's called the house.
I'm a really good cook. Probably a so-so housekeeper.
She hasn't gone into the kids' rooms yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
She's waiting for them when they turn 18. She's like, they move out. I can have a YouTube studio.
Yeah.
I do everything in one room right now. Like currently 1,300 listings because I dropped down from 14. 1,300 listings, shipping station, photography station, YouTube, all in one bedroom of our house.
Yeah. Now all the other rooms are just overflow for stuff.
Do you tease her about it? Is she a little bit of a hoarder?
It's mainly listed.
It's usually all listed.
It's controlled.
I mean, we can still walk, so that's good. It's controlled chaos.
He would tell me if I needed to not go sourcing.
Now, Rachel, what platforms are you selling on?
I sell largely on eBay. That's like my main platform. But then I'm also on Poshmark, and I've started sharing my Poshmark closet more, which is necessary. It is necessary. If you don't want to share your closet, just get off of there now. I'm laughing at Lee. Shocked when he left. But then I'm also on Mercari, and I applied to be on Whatnot, but they haven't approved me yet.
The nerve.
Where are you? Like, what do you see? Are you gonna keep? Are you the type of person? I've known people that've been in business, and it reminds me of an old boss I had, a lady, and she would do something for 5 or 7 years and move on and do something else for 5 or 7 years. Where do you see yourself in 5 or 7 years? Is this Rachel's the rest of her life doing YouTube and being a reseller?
Well, like when we talk to our kids even about what like their future careers, we don't ever say like, what do you want to be? You know, it's what do you want to be first? Because I think that you can constantly reinvent yourself. And I would never want to, I mean, I change my, you know, if I'm going to change my wardrobe and my style and my hair color every couple of years, why not give yourself permission to change one of the most major ways that you spend your day? You spend a third of your day if you spend 8 hours a day working. I mean, golly, that would be like never changing your mattress. You spend a third of the day there too. So, I mean, I could definitely see myself doing something else, but for now, like
me and Drew are doing
don't
that.
change their mattress.
That's 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day.
well, if you get 8 hours of sleep, but I could see myself doing something else, but for right now, like I just love it. It's the perfect job for me. I love to shop. I sell vintage and designer items, which are two things I absolutely love to buy. And that you can become a hoarder if you're not going to resell and you love a certain thing. Like I just love to buy vintage things. I can't not buy them. So now at least I have other people I can sell them to and make money and call it a job. So yeah, I love it. But I mean, who knows? Because people ask like, since you're self-employed, what's your retirement plan? Well, this is my retirement plan. I could do this the rest of my life.
Right. And I've talked to other resellers. If you're successful enough doing reselling, you can set up your own IRA and those type of things and take those deductions where, you know, self-employment has a lot of sacrifices, but also has a lot of benefits as far as freedom, doing whatever you want, and taxes and things like that to set yourself up for the future because you're in control of a lot of that. Like I've talked to people that have done, you know, made $150,000 a year reselling and weren't putting nothing away for retirement. And I said, well, wait a minute, you could put away $5,000 and you would save yourself $2,000 in taxes. And, you know, you do that over 20 years, you can retire with $500,000. You don't have to be 70 years old and thinking about all the junk that is still sitting in the garage that you didn't sell and then having dollar, you know, yard sales, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
You've been now, how often are you doing videos on YouTube?
Twice a week at minimum, but I do shorts daily. I don't really consider those like a part of my regular content. That's more to drive traffic towards the channel because I mean they're like 30 seconds or less. Some of my shorts are 10 seconds, so those come out daily. But my videos are minimum twice a week, plus a live on Friday. I go live for 2 hours every Friday night with a guest, and we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly on eBay this week, and we just have a great time. It's so fun.
Yeah, I think I saw the last thumbnail. You had Haley, Josh's wife.
Yeah, she was on there. I think the second week in December.
Oh, okay.
Haley was on there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Boatman is asking, how about health insurance?
Yeah, we're vegan and we pray a lot. Don't take our advice. This is my way of not giving any tax advice, any self-employment advice, because you don't want to follow my plans for health insurance and stuff.
Lots of vitamin C.
Iron.
And if anyone has any questions, and I'm not seeing all the chat, don't be afraid to ask while I have Rachel and Drew here. Courtney says, but Rachel, you're making big money with those shorts. Laugh out loud. Girl, that Instagram post was awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Quarter.
So it wasn't a quarter, it was 20 cents. So the YouTube the YouTube shorts don't make you really any money. And I had one get 7,200 views and I made 20 cents. And that's,
I know. I have one with a guy riding a big bicycle. You know, I've always wanted, people said, oh, what's your channel? I said, I wanted to sort of be American Picker / David Letterman. So I met a guy at an antique place and I said, hey, do you mind? He was on it. So I filmed him and did with the big, it was the big,
like a big wheel
with the little wheel in the back. Mm-hmm. It's got like 8,000 views. And I think like I've made a quarter.
Yeah. The shorts just don't do it.
Yeah. I said, I'm not bringing my, average down. You know, hey, I noticed. I don't know if you could see the screen. Yeah. You guys look clear. I look blurry.
Yeah, you're a little bit blocky.
You just need a better short game. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah, I've started to film the shorts all at one time, and then I go onto my computer and edit all of them, and then I go onto YouTube and upload them all and schedule them to upload throughout the week. That's why they're at the same time every single day. And again, they're just, I want them to land on the short shelf, and then someone that's interested in reselling sees my short and then subscribes to the channel, or it brings them to the channel. That's really the purpose of those. Kind of see it.
Huh?
You're trying to get it to focus. Oh, you were coming in clear there for a minute.
There you are.
We stole all the resolution over here.
Yeah, you guys did. That's BS. You guys already look
No,
good. Oh, there it is. It's better. It's better.
Know how
I mean, you guys are taking all the game and then and making the host look bad. What the hell?
No, you look great.
All right, hey, we're getting down to, like I said, about 15 minutes. So I'm going to share the screen. This is the first time doing this with the t-shirt giveaway. So let's okay, so there's the giveaway tool. And the broadcast is 2022 new guest spotlight, Rachel. Make sure we got the right show. And the Matt text was Betty White. So here we go. Oh, it says entries 0.
Because you have hashtag and no space.
Okay, well, I thought, hold on. You think that's it?
Yeah, I think it's going to match like letter per letter.
All right. See, you know better than I do.
I don't know. It's a guess.
Oh, see? Hold on.
Well,
maybe it was too late. I don't know. Hold on.
Do you think it has to be within a certain amount of time or something?
Yeah, maybe. This is the first time doing this.
Huh. Yeah, I've never used this one.
All right. Now what do I do? Okay.
I know. I remember seeing a bunch of it in the chat earlier.
Yeah,
what if you refresh that, Pat? If you refresh that page that you have there,
it must be a time thing. So you know
so
what?
everyone needs to put it again.
Yep. See, it says entries too.
Yep.
So everybody who stayed around, type it in and give it like 2 minutes, and we'll do it.
Now they know what the secret password was. Don't put the hashtag, guys. Just put Betty White, because it'll be sensitive to how he types it in.
Yeah, like the host, sensitive. I see, and one thing is you're so very giving of your time. I've noticed you've on smaller channels, like you're basically, if people are asking, you're always willing to and a lot of times it's hard to find guests. I know myself that I've had some bigger channels, and some people used to say to me, Pat, how do you get those bigger channels? I would just ask. Yeah,
it goes back to what I was saying at the top of the hour. Like, if you're just audacious enough to ask, there's a book called Rejection Proof, and that's what the whole book is about. This guy trying to get rejected, and you'd be surprised how many things, like doors open and opportunities open, if you're just not afraid of the rejection and embrace it. It could happen. So what? And yeah, more people say yes, probably, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I did ask someone the other day, and I'm not going to call them out. Well, Eric, the problem is he's saying I should test these ahead. You have to do it when you're live, because this is the type of giveaway it is. So you can't test it out ahead. What I tried to do is actually, when T and Donna were live, I tried to see if I could just you can't. You can only do it on your own broadcast. So this is part of the. This is
the test.
Yeah,
welcome to it.
Yeah, exactly. Eric, Joe, can you go over to Eric's house and maybe turn off the electric for him getting the
I can do it.
They said do it now so it doesn't time you out.
Yeah, we're going to do
the time limit is.
I want to thank Joe for
Jim G has a beard too.
Joe for being here from Philadelphia. So here we're going to share the screen. Okay.
I'm excited to see who's going to win this shirt. That's a really nice shirt. Is that canvas tee? Is that what the brand is?
I designed, I've been doing this YouTube for 3 years, and I really want it to be, I just didn't want to throw something out there. I sell on Amazon. It's a jerseys, and it's, the Patdees, the traveling picker. I used to just have my channel say Patdees. I wanted to be like sort of like David Letterman, but I thought when people would find it, and I was using the traveling picker in the description and stuff, but people were like, who's Patdees? What does he do? So I really felt like I had to start about 9 months ago using the words the traveling picker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start collecting. Okay, let's go. Oh, 35 entries.
Woohoo!
I was hoping they didn't pick Betty White. All right, here we go.
Oh, this is fun. Who's it gonna be? Tick, 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 tick.
Linda.
Woo, Linda!
Linda, I know Linda.
Congratulations, Linda.
What I will do, yes, congratulations. I will put in the chat my email. Email me, and I will get a hold of your address. And if anybody's interested in supporting the channel and getting one, just go over at, I'll put that in too, thetravelingpicker.com. I have a website. They're $17.95, but that includes shipping. I know people are like, I can get a t-shirt for $10 at Walmart. Well, yeah,
but it's not a Patdees t-shirt.
Yeah, Rachel, I do appreciate you coming on, and Drew coming on.
We're excited that you asked us on.
No, I do, and I was a little as you know, I was a little nervous before the show. Let me ask you real quick. So you're just selling. Are you selling any hard goods like electrical?
Oh yeah. Yeah, mainly I would say hard goods. Like I'll sell anything vintage, pencils, staples. I mean, so I have everything from pencils to Louis Vuitton bags. And I would say I will only pick it up if it's vintage or designer. I mean, there are a few other things mixed in there every once in a while, but would you say that's pretty much what I bring in is mainly vintage stuff?
Yeah.
Or newer designer.
Why don't you tell, we have about 7 more minutes. Why don't you tell us your best find? And so your best find and what you really like to look for, because you know you're going to sell it quick.
I have 2 best finds. I'm going to share both of them because they're just so dramatically different. So one of them at the beginning of the world shutting down, we had a weight set that we tried to give away, and somebody, because all the gyms had shut down and someone didn't want it. And I said, well, I guess I'll see if they're going for anything on eBay. How naive, right? Weights were going as they were worth their weight in gold.
Oh yeah.
And so
I was selling weights.
Yeah, well, as soon as I saw what they were going for, I thought, who do I know that has weights for sale? And I got a hold of actually my son's grandpa, my ex-father-in-law. And I said, do you have some weights that you would sell me? I want to sell them on eBay. And he sold me a rack of probably 75 weight plates for $75. I took that $75 and flipped it into probably over $3,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that one, I love to share that story because like things had shut down. Inventory was hard to find for a lot of people. Those did not show up on my doorstep. That took like ingenuity, and that took trying to consider like, where could I get these from? I sourced those. And then this other really cool flip kind of fell into my lap. I was driving home from dropping my kids off at school one day and took a different route than what I normally do, stumbled upon an estate sale. And there was some silverware in there. I thought it was silver plated. And I said, how much for the silverware? She said $5. And I knew I could get probably $60 or so for the whole set being silver plated. And the girls that were with her thought that was a little low. I said, it is. How about 10? And she said, okay. So I give her twice what she was asking for it. Well, I get it home and start to look at it a bit more. And it's not silver plated. It's sterling. It was Alvin sterling. And so that $10 investment I sold for $1,000 plus shipping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys know Primetime Treasure Hunter?
Yeah.
He always does the voices. So Drew, can you do any voices and thanking Primetime? Do you have any voices?
Any voices?
You gotta say I don't, what would he say? He would say it into his mic and he would be like Darth Vader or something. Yeah. But so you got to be like just thanks a lot, Dom, in your deepest voice.
Okay, you want to try it? We're okay. Go.
Thanks a lot, Dom.
Oh, come on. That sounded like Little Kentucky. Hey there, folks. Stopping by.
It's Tennessee, not Kentucky.
We got prime time treasure hunter in at $9.99.
Thanks a lot, Dom.
He didn't have $10, but he did have $9.99.
You sure it does a penny.
I'm thinking any minute now you guys are going to bring out some biscuits and mustard. Like.
Get her done.
Yeah, French fried potatoes.
Hey, Dom, thanks for stopping. I do really appreciate everyone that's coming by and supporting me tonight. Oh, no. Am I in trouble with Courtney? Every time she slaps her head.
She's probably laughing at my goofy husband over here.
Yeah, probably.
Well, sometimes I'll be honest. In the past, I've gotten where, sometimes we can't watch Patdees. He's too serious. He's got to lighten up. But you don't want to scare the guest off too. Sometimes, So
we're not scared. You'd have to be a lot weirder to scare us away.
It's a hard balance to balance it out. But you know what? Someone said to me, just do you, be yourself, have fun, laugh, because we don't always have to talk about shop. Shop is how we pay our bills and stuff like that. But, there's other things to do and enjoy life. And Rachel, thanks for stopping by. I'm looking at you, and you guys are my glamour couple. When COVID shut down, I had a guy approach me and say, Pat, I got this sanitizer and soap. I can't sell it online no more. I don't want to lose my Amazon store. I went to businesses, sold it door to door, and I haven't really talked much about it, but I sold over $7,000 in a week.
That's so awesome.
Wow.
I took that money and turned it into $100,000 in 9 weeks.
Wow.
Rachel,
that's hustle.
Oh,
I sold over $18,000 worth of hair coloring and
oh yeah, that's awesome. Hair color for sure.
Yeah, people.
No one could get into the salon. Everyone was trying themselves.
I think people were. They were buying it by the case. I think barbers were open in their garage. They were cutting hair there. They were buying and clippers. And I just could not believe how. So when I got on the weights late, I had gone to, someone had said, I'm like, weights? They're heavy. And I went to Walmart one weekend and I made $600 like in 2 hours by just selling some of the dumbbells and stuff.
Yep.
And what was good was some of the dumbbells could fit in a flat pat rate envelope.
Yeah.
Even though they were heavy. Now, some people, when they were buying them, they would buy like a dumbbell for like $12 and they thought, I thought we got two. And it said like 1 is 12, 2 is 20. So there was a lot of sometimes returns for those type of things, but I don't know if we'll ever see those types of, again, those, because now I was in the Salvation Army the other day and you know what they have overabundance of?
Holy weights.
Puzzles.
Oh yeah. No one's really buying those. See, I didn't sell a lot of puzzles during all of that.
People sold a lot of puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
I sold about 15 of them, but again, I got on it late when somebody they always tell you after the fact. They don't but you could buy puzzles for about $8 and sell them for like 25.
Nice.
Rachel, nice to meet you. This is Rachel.
Nice to meet you too, Rachel.
She used to live in Florida and now she moved up to Maine. Mostly everybody leaves the winter like I want to do here.
Yeah.
and go south. But
my family lives in Florida.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any insight of getting me into Disney cheap?
No, they're like 3 hours from Disney. They're pretty far south.
Do they like Disney?
No, my parents haven't been to Disney since I was a little girl.
Yeah. Do you guys? And I guess that'll
we go.
You guys go? Okay. Because I don't know if you know Donatella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always try to get her to go, and she doesn't even live far. I'll never go. I said I'll pay for you. Let's go to.
I love it. No, we just took the kids. We did 2 days at Disney and a day at Legoland this summer with the kids. I love Disney and I love Lego.
Yeah.
So it was a perfect vacation for me. We didn't need to go to the beach or anything. I love those things.
Yeah, I just like it. Just on my bucket list one day is even if I could work, I want to live down there as a snowbird and work 1 day a week there. But I guess I get a little cabin fever, and it where I live, it's just so kind of like right now, like we have 10 inches of snow and it's yeah, Eric, you're right. Disney's getting expensive.
Oh, it was crazy to add the second day because the part that my oldest son wanted to go to was the Star Wars part, and it wasn't at Magic Kingdom, which is where I wanted to go. Just to add one day at Hollywood Studios was like $550 for one day. It was crazy. I was like, you better love this, but he is 15, and like I'll make another $500. I'm not going to get the summer of him being 15 years old and wanting to vacation with us. I wouldn't get that back. So that was worth it for us.
Hey, I want to thank everyone that did come on. I appreciate it. That's one thing I think I want to meet Rally Roots in person down there. And you know, Florida's big, so I'm sure the thrift in an area that has a lot of retirement or, you know, a lot of times people won't take things back home with them because of flying. And a lot of things get left there. So I think there's a lot of things that sometimes you can get that you wouldn't even know.
A lot of estates that like the entire state gets donated.
Right. So do you guys have any real quick you want to add on? Are you doing like, do you have a show coming up?
I'll go live this Friday. My time may change a little bit because our oldest son is going to his first homecoming dance. And, you know, I have to be there to take pictures and everything. But yeah, if you're giving me an opportunity to leave anybody with anything, it would be that it's only Tuesday, you guys. You have the rest of the week to totally crush whatever goals that you have in mind. And we totally believe that you can do it. I know that you can wake up tomorrow and conquer any goal that you have. Like, write those goals down, go after them. You are capable of a lot more than you give yourself credit for. And we totally believe in you.
And how about Drew? You have any houses that you need to wire?
Treat your business like your business, right?
So true, honey. Truer words were never spoken. Treat your business like your business.
Yeah. Hey, I do appreciate everyone that's coming on, and stay in the back a couple minutes, and because I want to get your address for your T-shirt.
Sure will.
Thanks for coming on, and I hope to talk to you guys again.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for having us.
That's right. You're damn right I did that. 8 down, 8 profiles. You hear him? You hear him? He's trying to talk smack on me and Cletus. What is he talking about? That was the highlight of the show. He got a little haywire. I'm not going to let somebody take me out like that. Not going to happen. I'm never going away, Patdees. Matter of fact, this show's going to go into watching Patdees. We're going to watch Patdees videos. We're going to make fun of them the whole damn time.